Hi, I'm Dan Neefin, reporter with Lancaster Newspapers, and I'm here with Millersville meteorologist Eric Hurst. Eric, how are you doing today?
Oh, doing good, Dan.
Good. Well, first or second day of the year, and we're looking at our first significant snowstorm. What are we going to have today?
Yeah, well, we continue in a very active pattern as we saw throughout December, and it looks like here the first week or so of January is going to be exciting for snow lovers. I'm not sure they're going to get the big one here in Lancaster that maybe some people are hoping for. There's been a lot of rumors out there. This storm is going to hit hardest along the coast. So the farther west you are in Lancaster County, you'll be farther away from that heaviest snow. So my expectation continues to be 2 to 5 inches for Lancaster. That's the range I put out a couple of days ago, and I'm sticking with it. I think the lower amounts will be in the western or northwestern part of the county as you head up towards Elizabethtown and Harrisburg. The higher amounts from the city eastward. And, you know, just the details of how this coastal low comes together, how much Atlantic moisture it brings back west, still some uncertainty there, but the eastern part of the county, I cannot rule out getting 6 or 8 inches if everything comes together. So the farther east you live more, the farther west you live less.
Okay, and the higher amounts are what the National Weather Service and AccuWeather are calling for. Would you think that they're targeting the eastern half of the county in that kind of forecast?
I'm not sure. I don't know what the other people are forecasting. I don't keep track of that. I guess that's what the media does. You guys do.
Okay.
I kind of keep my eye focused and don't want to be swayed by other people's opinions. But this is a tricky storm. This is one of those systems where really, if you look at the range of possibilities, we could get an inch, we could get 8 or 10 inches if everything goes right. Mm-hmm. And what happens, there's some forecasters out there that always just see the worst case scenario, and that's what they forecast. I try to call, and forecast what I think is most likely. So I think the most likely outcome for Lancaster is more that kind of, 2 to 5, 3 to 6, that kind of, it's a moderate snowfall. To me, the bigger story is the wind and the cold following this storm. So,
that will be tomorrow. We'll have the wind and the cold.
Well, late tonight into tomorrow. Yeah, I mean the storm hits here from late afternoon through midnight. That's the meat of the storm. And then after midnight tonight, as the cold, dry air wraps in, it will become more of a lighter snow, and then it will be all done by daybreak. But by then, temperatures will have fallen down to around 8 or 10 degrees here. Wind chills will be sub-zero tomorrow morning. So people heading out on Friday, whether it's to go to school, to go to work, or to clean up the snow, you're going to want to dress appropriately because we're talking about dangerous wind chills, sub-zero wind chills on Friday.
And how long will the bitter cold stay with us?
Yeah, that's a good question. One of the hallmarks of this winter, we talked about this a few weeks ago, is high variability. And as fast as this cold air comes in, it's going to exit. So that by Saturday, we'll be back up to near 30 degrees for a high temperature, and by Sunday up maybe near 35, which that's not mild, but that's more seasonable. So the Arctic blast is basically a one-day occurrence, Friday into Saturday morning, and then the pattern modifies. Now I see another Arctic shot in the works for next Tuesday and Wednesday, but again, the idea that this weather pattern, there is no blocking over the North Atlantic to lock in the cold air. So it comes in and then it exits really quickly. And you warm up, and then another cold shot comes in early next week. So that's what we saw in December, was that roller coaster ride, and we're going to continue that way for at least another couple of weeks.
Okay, so maybe Saturday and the weekend a chance to get out and enjoy the snow if we do get significant amounts, but tomorrow sounds like try to avoid being outside if possible. When do you expect the snow to start falling, and is it falling any place in Pennsylvania right now?
Yeah, there's light snow falling over northwestern Pennsylvania and in the mountains of western Pennsylvania. For instance, in Bradford, in northwestern Pennsylvania, it's 15 degrees with light snow falling. So that gives you an idea of what is on the way here in terms of, if you're heading out at midnight tonight, temperatures are going to be dropping through the 20s into the teens late tonight, and that'll become a light powdery snow. But I think light snow develops in the Lancaster area. You'll probably see it come in on radar over our heads 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Some flakes will start to make it down, middle afternoon. But the real steady snow is more kind of 5 p.m. to midnight.
Right
That's
around.
when accumulating snowfalls. And then later tonight, the dry air will come in, lighten up the snow, but that's when it begins to blow and drift. So, if we get 2 to 5, 3 to 6, somewhere, that's kind of a moderate snowfall for our region. It's going to be blowing around. It's going to be hard to measure if you head out to tomorrow morning because there might be places where your law's been blown clear. And then there may be another spot where there's a drift that's a foot deep. So it's going to be that kind of blustery backside to the storm.
Okay, so it sounds like potential for a messy commute on the way home. Do you know what type of snow could be falling? I know you said powdery later, towards the end of it, but thinking of that snow, that surprise snow we had the other day was really wet and heavy and really made a mess of things. Can you maybe say what type of snow you expect to get the bulk of in this storm?
Well, when the snow begins, temperatures will be right around 32 degrees, so it's going to be a wetter snow, which is more typical for our area. So the first half of the snowfall, whatever falls early this evening, will be kind of that kind of wet snow. It'll be, like I said, 32 degrees when it starts, but temperatures will drop pretty quickly into the 20s this evening, and then into the teens later tonight. So then the tail end of the storm, the last few hours of snowfall, will be that lighter, fluffier snow, and that's when it will really start blowing around, say after midnight. Tonight it will start to blow around, and we'll hear the winds picking up. Late tonight and tomorrow, winds will be 12 to 25 miles per hour. There could be some gusts to 30 miles per hour. It's a pretty well, not a crippling snow here, but it's an important storm, one that's going to have impact tonight into tomorrow.
Okay, well, there we have it, folks. That's the weather from Eric Hurst at Millersville University. Eric, thank you much, and
You're welcome.
see you later.
Okay, back to work.